Chapter 11. Vision of Universal Form. Arjuna requests to see cosmic form. Arjuna said, O ocean of kindness, you have made clear that which cannot be told in words. The form you assume at the time when the 5 elements merge in the Brahman, and when no sign of life and Maya remains, is your place of rest. You had kept this form in your heart hidden even from the Vedas, and now you have revealed this secret to me. You gave this spiritual knowledge to me in an instant. I should not speak as a separate entity after realizing you. There is nothing in this universe without you, but it is my misfortune that I speak as if I am somebody different from you. 11:44-50. I was carrying the ego that I am an individual named Arjuna, and was considering the Kauravas as my relations. Not only that, I was also having a bad dream about the retribution I would face after death from the sin of killing them, when suddenly you woke me up from that dream. I considered myself somebody when in reality I am nobody, and considered those others as my people whom I find are not in reality related to me at all. You saved me from this extreme madness. But your efforts were not wasted and you succeeded in getting rid of my ignorance. 11:51-64. You explained to me the nature of Maya from which all creatures are created and to which they return. 11:70. And after explaining Maya, you showed me the root place of the Supreme Soul. By brushing aside Maya, which was obscuring knowledge, you introduced me into Brahman, the ultimate principle. Now I am convinced of all this, but now one more thought has come to mind, and to whom else can I ask about it apart from you? 11:76-77. By experiencing whatever you told me, my mind has become calm. I am eager to see that incomprehensible divine cosmic form by whose thought the expanse of this universe comes into existence and then disappears, which you call your original form, and from which you get yourself reborn, for some divine purpose, by taking different 2 or 4 armed forms, and after that purpose is fulfilled, return to the original form, the one that the Upanishads sing about and sages treasure in their hearts. I am eager to see this form with my own eyes. 11:81-88. I do not know whether I am worthy of seeing your cosmic form. Therefore, first consider my capacity, and only then start showing me your cosmic form. And if I am not worthy, then refuse to do so. 11:89. But I am sure you will show it to me, because you do assume different forms, both for the sake of both knowledgeable and ignorant people. Secondly, you are so large-hearted that once you think of giving something, you do not think about whether the person is fit or not. You have granted a holy thing like liberation even to your enemies. 11:97-99. You are benevolent to even those who do disservice to you, and are charitable even to the unworthy. 11:106. Please do satisfy my craving to see your form, if you are sure I am capable of seeing it with my eyes. 11:111. Sri Krishna shows his cosmic form. Sri Krishna said, Arjuna, you asked me to show my cosmic form, and if I showed you only that, then what is so big about it? Now you will see that the entire universe is contained in my form. 11:123. Different forms within the cosmic form. Look at these forms of mine. Some lean and some fat, some short and some tall, some spread out and some straight, some limitless, some uncontrollable and some tame, some active, some inactive, some impersonal, and some loving, some very strict, some alert, and some negligent, some shallow, and some deep, some shallow and some detached, some awake, and some sleepy, some satisfied and some in difficulties, some pleased, some armed and some unarmed, some very fearful and some very sociable, some frightening, some strange, some in trance, some busy in social work, and some busy sustaining them lovingly, some decimating people in anger. Like this, there are countless forms in it. 11:124-130. Besides these, some are shining with different colors by their effulgence. Some are like red-hot gold, some are brown, some are like bright orange sky, some are beautiful like the universe studded with rubies, some are red like the rising sun. Some are like pure crystal and some blue like sapphire, some black and some red, some yellow like gold, and some dark like rain clouds, some fair like champa flower, and some very green, some white like the moon. Watch these forms of mine with various colors. Like colors, they are shaped also differently. Some are so beautiful that they will defeat even Madon, Cupid. Some are well formed, some bright and attractive like a treasure of decorative beauty, unveiled. 11, 131 to 138. Arjuna, there is no end to the shapes, and you will see the whole universe on each of these shapes. 11, 140. Activities of the forms. When even one of these forms opens its eyes, the 12 Adityas, suns, are created, and when the eyes close they merge together and vanish. Flames spread out from the hot breath from the mouth of the form from which are born Pavaka, etc. The 8 Vasus, and when the eyebrows meet together in anger, the 11 Rudras are born. But when the forms become soft, countless life-givers like Ashwinukumars are formed, and through the ears various Vayas are generated. Thus, by the simple play of the same form, gods and siddhas are created. And there are countless number of forms in my cosmic form, which even Vedas found it difficult to describe, and which even Brahmadeo could not fathom. Now you actually see many of these forms, and enjoy thoroughly the wonderful experience. 11, 141 to 147. There are seeds of the world in each of the pores of the forms. Like dust particles in a light beam, one may see many universes flying around in the joints of the organs of the forms. In the region of every organ can be seen the expanse of the universe. Now, if you also desire to see what lies beyond the universe, then that is also not very difficult, because you will able to see whatever you wish in this form of mine. 11, 148 to 151. Arjuna cannot see cosmic form. Sri Krishna noticed that Arjuna was silent and unresponsive, but with the eagerness still on his face. He remarked to Arjuna, "I demonstrated to you the cosmic form, but you are not seeing it." Arjuna replied, "How can I, with my ordinary eyes, see the cosmic form you are showing me, which according to the Shastras is invisible to senses and can be seen only with the vision of knowledge?" 11, 152 to 159. Arjuna bestowed with divine vision. Sri Krishna said, "You are right. I should have first bestowed on you the power to see the cosmic form. But I was overcome by the emotional surge of love for you, and forgot to do so." 11, 161. I am now giving you the power of divine vision to enable you to see my real form. Use that power to enjoy the glory of my expanse encompassing the universe. As soon as Sri Krishna said this, the darkness of ignorance melted. 11, 176 to 177. Thus, Sri Krishna showed Arjuna the glory of the cosmic form. 11, 179. Visible world vanishes once Sri Krishna blessed Arjuna. Maya, illusion, vanished. In the light of that glory, he saw miracles everywhere. Engrossed in the appreciation of the cosmic form, Arjuna said, "Oh, who took away the wide sky which was here just now? Also, where did the living and non-living world go? Directions have vanished. It is not possible to know where the sky and the nether has gone. The visible world also has disappeared. At the time when the mindness of mind got lost, intellect became uncontrollable, and the tendencies of the senses recessed themselves together into the heart. The quiet and concentration reached the peak as if all thoughts are under the spell of delusion. Surprised, he began looking in all directions, and immediately he saw the four-armed form of Sri Krishna before him. but it had grown and spread itself everywhere in various forms. See notes at the end of the chapter. Sri Krishna did not let anything else remain except himself. At first, Arjuna felt happy seeing Sri Krishna's form, but as soon as he opened his eyes, he saw the cosmic form. Thus Sri Krishna fulfilled his desire of seeing the cosmic form with own eyes. 11. 185 to 196. Cosmic form. Beautiful and frightening then, Arjuna observed the many faces of Lord Vishnu, wherein beauty and magnificence prevailed everywhere. He also saw their mysterious and frightening faces. Similarly, he also saw heavenly, ornamented, and soft faces. Actually, his divine sight could not see where the faces ended. Then he began to observe with curiosity the eyes of that form, and noticed rows and rows of eyes like opened lotus flowers of various colors shining like the sun. Seeing various such wonders in a single cosmic form, he realized that there are innumerable such scenes in it. Then his eagerness to see where the feet, the crown, and arms were located increased. 11. 197 to 206. Thus Arjuna saw all the organs of that limitless cosmic form. He saw the greatness of that cosmic form bedecked with the ornaments of diverse types of jewels. How can I describe you the ornaments which the Supreme Brahman itself had turned itself into in order to bedeck its own body? Who has the capacity to understand that the expanse of the divine effulgence which lights the auras of the sun and the moon and illuminates this universe is the ornamentation of the cosmic form? Arjuna saw that Sri Krishna had decorated himself by ornaments which were also himself. 11. 208 to 213. Weapon-wielding arms then, with his divine sight, he began to observe the hands of the cosmic form. He noticed that they were straight and holding weapons shining like the deluge of fire. He saw that Sri Krishna had filled the whole universe by becoming himself the organs, himself the ornaments, himself the arms and the weapons held in them, himself the individual soul, and himself the body. The stars were bursting like popcorn due to the rays from the weapons held in the innumerable hands, and fire itself was getting scorched by it and trying to take shelter in the ocean. 11. 214 to 217. Cosmic form everywhere frightened. Arjuna looked away and turned his eyes to the neck and the crown. There were bouquets of flowers on the crown, strings of flowers on the body, and bright garlands in the neck. Round the waist was wrapped the shining yellow cloth. His whole body was covered with sandal paste. Arjuna was so bewildered by the various decorations that he could not understand whether Sri Krishna was sitting or standing or lying down. Then he opened his eyes, and what he saw was the cosmic form everywhere. Then he closed his eyes and sat quietly, but he saw the same cosmic form inside. When out of fright because he was seeing innumerable faces, he turned his back, he saw the same faces, hands, and feet there too. See the effect of God's blessing. Arjuna's seeing and not seeing were both covered by Sri Krishna. 11 to 18 to 230. Brilliance of the cosmic form. How can one describe the brilliance of that cosmic form? The combined brilliance of the 12 suns at the time of the great deluge was nothing compared to it. 11. 237 to 238. Taught. The entire expanse of the universe could be seen on the cosmic form. When Arjuna saw all this on the body of Sri Krishna, the Supreme God, whatever feeling he had about the universe being different from himself vanished, and his mind easily dissolved. He was flooded internally with joy, and his external organs became loose. From head to foot his hair stood erect, and his body was covered with sweat. His body was shaking due to waves of internal bliss. His eyes were flooded with tears of happiness, and mind was filled by emotions. But even in that bliss of the Brahman, there still remained some degree of non-identity between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, because of which Arjuna looked around sighing. 11. 244 to 254. Then, folding his hands, he spoke, everybody and everything contained in the cosmic form. "O Master, you have done a great favor on this ordinary person, because of which I could see this cosmic form. I have personally seen that you are the actual support of this universe, and I felt very happy by it. O my object of worship, innumerable worlds are visible on your body. Heaven along with the gods are visible on your cosmic form. I am seeing the 5 elements and all the living beings created from them on your body. The Satyalok with Brahmadeo living in it is present in your form. Another place I can see is Kailas with Mahadeo and Parvati. What more? I am seeing even you in this cosmic form. The families of Kashyap and other rishis in the nether place along with the Nagas are also seen in your cosmic form. It is as if the 14 worlds are depicted on each of your organs, and the innumerable people in these worlds are also in those pictures. Thus, I am seeing your unworldly greatness. 11. 255 to 265. When I watch with the divine sight, I see that all your hands are in action at the same time. Your limitless bellies appear to me like treasures of cosmic eggs thrown open. Your heads, which number in thousands, look like fruits hanging on the tree that is Brahman. Similarly, there are rows and rows of countless mouths and eyes. The heaven, the netherworld, the earth, the directions and the space have lost their differentiating identities, and the entire universe appears on your cosmic body. Not an iota of space may be found to be without you. This is the extent you have occupied everything. It is apparent that you have pervaded all the different kinds of creatures in this universe. 11. 266 to 273. You are your own support. When I began to search for the place where have you come from, what supports you, I realized that you are your own support. You are not born of anybody, but you are without origin and self-born. You are neither standing nor sitting. You are neither tall nor short. Above you and below you, there is only yourself. If you ask what your age is like and how you look, the answer is both are only like yourself. Your back, belly are all yourself, and I find that whatever I see is all only you. But I find one thing lacking in your cosmic form, and that is you do not have a beginning, the middle, and the end. Thus I have observed your cosmic form. 11. 274 to 280. Your usual form is a favor for devotees. This great cosmic form of yours is marked with countless forms. The forms from each of which the 3 worlds get created and dissolved are spread like hair on your body. When I began pondering over who you, who have created such an expanse of the universe, really are, and whom you belong, then I realized that you are the driver of my chariot. Oh, Sri Krishna, even after being all-pervading, you assume this loving form only to shower favors on your devotees. The mind and eyes get satiated, seeing your dark form with 4 arms, and if one desires to embrace it, it can be easily embraced by the span of 2 arms. You assume this beautiful form to favor the devotee, but we think of it as ordinary, because our sight is limited. Now, because of the divine sight that you have bestowed on me, this defect is gone, and I could see your true greatness. 11. 281 to 294. But I realize that this vast form belongs to you who are now sitting on the chariot. 11. 295. Unbearable brightness, I am not worthy of even getting amazed by your form, the brightness of which fills everywhere. Its brightness is so unearthly that even sun appears pale in comparison. It is getting increasingly intense and scorching, and even my divine sight cannot bear looking at the brightness. It appears as if the fire at the time of deluge, which is dormant in the 3rd eye of Lord Shiva, has come out. Similarly, the cosmic egg engulfed in the 5 fires ignited by the brightness of your cosmic form is turning into cinders. There is no end to the extensive unearthly brightness of your form, which I have witnessed in my lifetime. 11. 296 to 306. You are the Brahman Sri Krishna. You are the immutable supreme Brahman, which the Upanishads search for, and are beyond the sound Aum of 3.5 syllables. You are the root of all forms and the one and only place of dissolution of the universe. You are inexhaustible, fathomless, and imperishable. You are the life of Dharma, and though birthless, you are constantly new. You are the master of this universe, and lying beyond the 36 principles, you are the 37th principle, Purusha. 11. 307 to 309. See Chapter 13. For 36 principles. You have no beginning, middle, or the end, and your power is boundless. You have limbs all over. Moon and sun are your eyes, and they exhibit the play of pleasure and displeasure, punishing some and supporting others with benevolence. 11:310 to 311. Your form is frightening, your mouth spits fire, and your tongue, like the flames dancing during a forest fire, is moving among the teeth and the jaws. The universe is getting scorched by the heat of the fire from your mouth, and from the brilliance of you, cosmic form. 11:312 to 314. And I am seeing that the heaven and the netherworld, earth and the sky, the 10 directions and all horizons, are all pervaded by you alone. How can I understand this amazing form of yours? I cannot even imagine this gigantic and all-pervading form of yours, and neither can I bear the brilliance of your ferocious form. Instead of feeling the pleasure of watching your cosmic form, I find even surviving to be difficult. I was enjoying the pleasures of the worldly life until I saw your cosmic form, but now I am disgusted with them, and actually am feeling frightened. Oh, how the desire of seeing your cosmic form has been fulfilled. 11:315 to 325. Zagas, gods all surrender to you now. Look at those sages. Some of them are dissolving into your form in good spirit after burning the seeds of their karmas by the brightness of your body, while some are frightened and praying before you. O God, we have fallen in the ocean of ignorance and are entangled in the web of sense objects. We are caught between the heavenly pleasures and the worldly life. Who else except you will save us from this calamity? Therefore we have surrendered to in all aspects. There are also sages, siddhas, and assemblies of vidyadhars who are praising you with holy words. 11:326 to 331. The 11 Rudras, 12 Adityas, 8 Vasus, all Sadyas, Ashwini Kumars, Vishvidyo and Vayu, with all their splendor, as also the mains, Gandharvas, Yakshas, demon, Indra and other gods and all siddhas, are observing eagerly from their respective planes. Your divine form and wonder struck, they are bowing to you. Your form itself is the reward for their humble obeisance. 11:332 to 337. Even gods are frightened. Even the gods became frightened after observing your form, occupying the 3 worlds, because from whatever direction one looks, it is always facing you. Even if the form is only one, it has strange, frightening mouths and eyes, and countless hands bearing weapons. This form has countless beautiful arms, legs and stomachs and various hues, and each mouth appears to be eager to swallow. These huge mouths of yours appear frightening because they are not able to hide the teeth. You have reduced me, a person of whom even Rudra in his most destructive mood is afraid, and from whom Yama the god of death hides, to a state of shivering inside and out due to fright. It is really surprising that this plague, when its frightfulness defeats very fear itself, is called cosmic form. 11:338 to 352. Your angry mouths appear as if they are at war with the Lord of Death, and even sky appears to be dwarfed in comparison with their expanse. These mouths are not identical, but each differs from the rest in color and form. The 3 worlds are turning to ashes by their brilliance. Even the brilliance has mouths, and they contain teeth and jaws. 11:353 to 356. I do not understand what you wish to achieve by creating this show of fright, but I started feeling the fear of death. O Master, my desire to see your cosmic form is now fulfilled, and I am now satisfied. Who cares if this material body is destroyed? But now I have doubts whether the consciousness will survive. I am shivering by fear inside out, including the body, mind, intellect, and the soul. I became obsessed of seeing your cosmic form, but after seeing it, my knowledge and understanding are lost. Now I am wondering whether our relation of guru and disciple will survive. 11. 365 to 370. Arjuna requests to wind up the show. Now please, wind up this colossal form of yours. If I knew beforehand that you would do something like this, I would not have even mentioned it to you. Now please control this Maya of yours, and release me from this great fear. 11. 383 to 385. These Kaurava warriors and the sons of Dhritarashtra have gone into your mouth along with their families. Also, the kings of various nations who have come to help them have not survived. You are swallowing the death-like weapons, and the four-pronged army, and the chariots along with their horses, without even your teeth touching them. You have swallowed the truthful and valiant Bhishmakarya, and the Brahman Dronakarya. The great fighter Karna, the son of Surya, also entered into your jaws. And I also saw that you swiped the warriors on our side too. Oh God! What strange situation has arisen out of the favor I begged for? And by my prayers I have brought death to the world. Nobody can avoid what is written in one's destiny. 11.392 to 402. Arjuna was thus feeling unhappy and wailing in distress. He really did not understand the intention of Sri Krishna in showing him the cosmic form. Arjuna was in the grips of the delusion that he was the slayer, and the Kauravas were the slain. Sri Krishna showed the cosmic form to him to remove his misunderstanding, and showed to him that nobody kills anybody, but it is he, Sri Krishna, who destroys everybody. But Arjuna still could not understand it, and he was feeling distressed by the fright. He then repeated the description of the destruction he was observing in the cosmic form. 11. 210 to 443. He added, O Sri Krishna, you are understood only through the Vedas, venerable to the whole universe and the root cause of the three worlds. It is because of this that I requested you to show the cosmic form, but you immediately became eager to swallow the three worlds. Therefore I am wondering as to who you really are, and why you have acquired so many horrible mouths. Also why you are holding in your hands so many weapons, and why you are frightening us in frequent anger by growing taller than the sky, and with dreadful eyes. Why are you competing with death? 11. 444 to 449. Sri Krishna tells who he is to this Shri. Krishna replied, You are asking me who I am and why I have assumed this ferocious form. Then listen. I am really death, and am expanding my form to destroy the universe. My mouths are extended everywhere, and I am going to swallow all people. 11.450 to 451. Arjuna, all of you Pandavas are safely outside the range of the calamity of destruction. Remember that only you Pandavas are mine. Therefore, I am swallowing all others. 11.456. You are only instrumental. You have seen this universe enter my mouth, and surely nothing out of it will survive. The boasts of this army are meaningless. 11.457 to 458. Their utterances may appear to be sharper than weapons, more scorching and dangerous than fire, but these warriors are nothing better or more useful than fruits in a painting. This is not an army but toys arranged for decoration. The strength on which their bodies do actions has already been destroyed by me. Now these warriors are as lifeless as the statues in a potter's house. 11.463 to 466. Therefore, Arjuna, come to your senses and get up. 11.40. This army which has advantageously come to the battlefield has already died. So Arjuna, it is merely for namesake that you are instrumental in destroying it. 11,470 to 471. The gathering of the army is only an illusion. When you saw them falling into my mouth, then itself they were dead. I have already killed them. You are merely instrumental in killing them. So be victorious, and let the world say that those relatives who had become oppressive by their arrogance and were unconquerable by their strength were destroyed effortlessly by Arjuna. 11,475 to 481. Arjuna has a doubt. Arjuna said, "O Shri Krishna, I agree when you say that you are the death and swallowing the universe is your play. But it does not stand to reason that when it is not yet the time for the destruction of the universe, you should assume the role of death and destroy the universe." 11 to 492. It is true that you are ceaseless, and you assume your three states of creation, sustenance, and destruction, which are active at their appropriate times. At the time of creation, the states of sustenance and destruction are not present. At the time of sustenance, the states of creation and destruction are not active, and later at the time of destruction, the states of creation and sustenance vanish. Today the universe is in the state of sustenance, and at its height of enjoying it. Therefore, I do not find it proper that you should destroy it. 11,494 to 498. Sri Krishna gestured his agreement with this and said, "I demonstrated to you that the lifespan of this army is over. Other persons will die in their own time." 11,499. Ferociousness is withdrawn by the time these words were uttered. Arjuna saw that everything was as it was before. He said, "Sri Krishna, you hold the strings of this universe. It is because of you that the universe has regained its original state. O Sri Krishna, you are well known for pulling people out of sorrow. I'm experiencing the great bliss by thinking of it again and again. Because this world is alive, it is feeling great love for you. But the demons from these three worlds fear you, because you destroy those who are evil, and they are running away from you in all directions. But others, like gods, human beings, siddhas, yakshas, and all the living and non-living are bowing to you out of joy. I know why these demons are running away from you instead of surrendering to you. You are the source of inner light and have appeared in person, therefore the demons are blown away like dust. I had not understood this until now, but now I saw this unworldly greatness of yours." 11. The 500 to 510. You are the Creator, you are the eternal, limitless principle. You are full of countless attributes. You are the state of continuous balance. You are the chief of all gods. You are the life of these three worlds. You are inexhaustible with ever auspicious form. You are the principle beyond the truth and untruth. 11, 512 to 513. You are the origin of both Prakriti and Purush and are beyond Maya. You are eternal, and nobody is older than you. You are the life and support of this world, and you alone know the past and the future. O incomparable God! The Shrutis find happiness in your form. Maya, which supports the three worlds itself, has your support. Therefore you are called the highest place in which the Brahman rests after the end of the universe. In short, it is you who have created this expanse of the universe, therefore. O the infinite, who can describe you? 11, 514 to 518. Is there any object or place not pervaded by you? Oh, the infinite one, you are the Vayu. Wind, you are also the Yama who punishes. You are Varuna, Chandra, Moon, Brahmadeo the creator and his parent, and whatever other forms you have are your manifestations with or without form. My obeisance to all of them. 11,519 to 522. You are the world. Then Arjuna intently looked at Sri Krishna and was satisfied after observing each part of his body. Then he said, bowing at every sentence, "O Master, I bow to you. I really experience that you are not separate from the world, but you are everything in it." 11. 23 to 536. 536. But in ignorance I made the most improper error of behaving with you as one behaves with one's relatives. 11. 537. You are a living deity, and we used you for ordinary tasks, for worldly gains. I have been a fool not to realize that you are the inner bliss of the yogis in samadhi, and talk to you in anger. 11. 542 to 543. Therefore, O Master, forgive me as a mother would if I have directly or indirectly committed indiscretion. 556. You are unique in these three worlds. There is none equal or superior to you. I do not know how to express this unworldly greatness of yours. 566. Arjuna requests for return to material form, speaking in this fashion. Arjuna, full of pure emotions, prostrated before Sri Krishna. 567. And said, I am feeling frightened of this cosmic form, therefore, please restrain it, and show me again your usual four-armed form, which is more relaxing and which is experienced after practicing all types of the yogas, or by studying the Shastras, or by performing yajnas, or after getting by charity. I am eager to see it again. 11v. 193 to 597. These eyes do not like seeing any form other than the material form. Nothing else other, that beautiful form is capable of giving us pleasure and liberation. There is nothing else. Therefore, O God, please restrain this cosmic form, and go back to your material form. 11. 605 to 608. Sri Krishna rebukes Arjuna. Sri Krishna said, I have not seen another thoughtless person like you. You are not happy with so unworldly a thing you got. Instead, you are speaking insistently like a coward. When I show favor to anybody, I give him only worldly things. Today, only for you have I arranged this demonstration of the cosmic form. This most secret form of mine is beyond Maya, and beyond the most limitless objects. The avatars like Krishna, etc., take place from here only. This form of mine is formed of only the effulgence of knowledge, and pervades the universe. There is no end to it, is steady, and is the root of all world. Nobody has seen or heard of this cosmic form, because it cannot be gained by any external means. 11. 609 to 616. No external means can lead to the form. The Vedas maintained silence as soon as they reached up to this cosmic form, and yajna did not reach beyond the heaven. The seekers gave up the practice of yoga because it was laborious, and students of Shastras did develop liking for it. The perfectly performed actions raced to gain it, but could reach only up to the Satyaloka level after great difficulty. Penance, tapas, saw its splendor and its ferociousness vanished, and thus it remained unattainably far from the path of austerity. The cosmic form which you could see without efforts has not been seen by any human being in this world. Even Brahmadeo has not been fortunate enough to see this form which you did. 11. 617 to 622. Therefore you consider yourself fortunate by the vision of the cosmic form, and do not at all get frightened by it. Do not think that there is any other thing superior to this cosmic form. 11.623. You are trying to embrace the shadow, rather than the real body. This four-armed form is not my real form. It is not proper that you love it eagerly. At least now you leave the desire for the four-armed form. And do not ignore the cosmic form. Even if it is frightening and vast, concentrate steadily on it. 11. 629 to 633. Sri Krishna resume his material form. You may meditate on my four-armed form for your external satisfaction. But do not let your faith deviate from my cosmic form. Save your love for it. Now you may gladly see my earlier form. So saying, Sri Krishna resumed his human form. 11:636 to 640. Arjuna said, Now I can breathe a sigh of relief. 11. (1163) Only devotion can lead to my form, Sri Krishna asked. Have you forgotten my instruction to first love the cosmic form and then only come in person to meet my four-armed form? 11:603 to 674. There are no worldly means of reaching my cosmic form. 11:682. Remember that it can be found by only one means, and that is by filling your mind with devotion. 11:685. But that devotion must be like a river flowing towards sea, and does not stop until it meets it. Thus the devotee must be ceaselessly devoted to me with all his feelings in order to reach me and become one with me. 11:686 to 688. Real devotion is that which sees my presence everywhere, right from a small ant onwards, and in all living and non-living things. And when he sees thus, then he will experience my form, and with that naturally see me. 11:690 to 691. As soon as one experiences my form, his ego is destroyed, and duality vanishes. Then he realizes the natural oneness between me, himself, and the entire universe. What is more, by becoming one with me, he gets absorbed in me. 11:694 to 695. All actions of such a devotee are for my sake, and there is nothing in this world he loves apart from me. He considers me alone as the fruits of his actions in this world, and the next, and considers me as his goal in life. He forgets the word creatures, because he sees me in everything, and thus with an attitude of equality, and without enmity, he worships everything. Such a devotee, when he leaves his material body, reaches me and remains unified with me. 11:696 to 699. Notes: Adityas, Ashwini Kumars, Vasus, 11:141 to 147. See notes under Chapter 10. Four-armed form of Sri Krishna. 11:185 to 196. Lord Vishnu is depicted as having a body like a man but with four arms. Sri Krishna, being avatar of Lord Vishnu, is also thus depicted by some Purana writers, further implying that contemporary people knew that he was an avatar. This is apparently due to piousness, which overrides rational facts, logic, or internal consistency. Many deities are depicted as having more than one head and more than two arms, e.g., Brahmadeo with 4 heads. Lord Shiva as Panchanan is shown as having 5 heads and 10 hands. Durga is shown as having 1 head but 6 or 8 hands. Abodes of various deities, 11:255 to 265. Satyalok is the plain on which Brahmadeo is said to live. Kailas is the abode of Lord Shiva, Mahadeo, and his consort Parvati. Lord Vishnu's abode is Vaikuntha, where he is depicted as lying on the bed of the great snake Shesha with 1,000 heads. In Kshira Sagar, the ocean of milk, Shesha is supposed to be holding and supporting the earth on his head. Indra lives in heaven while Asuras, demons, live in Patal, the netherworld. Nagas, serpents, are also supposed to live in the nether place. 14 worlds, 11:255 to 265. Brahmadeo, when ordered to create the universe, is believed to have created the 14 Bhuvans, which implies worlds or planes. The 7 higher planes, lokas, arranged in increasingly higher order are Bhu, earth, Puva, Swarga, heaven, Maha, Jnana, Tapa, Satya, occupied by spiritual persons of increasingly higher achievement. Bhuva is occupied by souls who are burdened with desires, etc. Swarga by deities and persons who have accumulated enough merit. Higher planes by persons who work towards liberation. Souls who are in Bhuva and Swarga are reborn on earth in conditions depending upon their karma. Souls in Maha and Jhana planes are reborn only if they wish so generally for doing good to people. Souls in Tapa and Satya are not reborn. There are 7 patalas, or nether planes below the earth plane. Their names and occupants are Atal, Bal son of Mayasura; Vital, Lord Hatakeshwar; Sutal, Ashura King Bali, whom Lord Vishnu himself guards; Talatal, Mahasura, the king of Danavas; Mahatal, the Tias called Nivatkavash; and Patalo, Nagas, headed by Vasuki. The occupants of the Patalas live in splendor and are free from all worldly worries. They are the same as Hell or Narak as thought by some people. There are 28 Naraks located below earth plane to the south. Individuals are assigned a particular Narak with specific punishments depending upon the karmas. Prakriti, Purush, and Maya. 11,514 to 518. See chap. 13. Shrutis and Smritis. 11,514 to 518. Shrutis are those texts which were heard but not written. These are the Vedas including Upanishads. Smritis are later compositions which were written. These include the codes like Manusmriti,